Hey, it's Coach Ariel Anderson, and it looks like we've got sound. Woo! Wow. Another great day in Northern California, and it's good to be here with you thinking about your fertile life. Your fertile life as you are looking at babies and what it is that you want to nourish in your life because they really do go hand in hand. Uh, I'm thinking about you and I'm wondering wherever you are in the world, how are things right now? How does it feel on this journey? While you think about that for a moment and maybe put it down in the chat, whether you're here now or in the replay, I think checking in every once in a while about how does this feel is really important. As you're thinking about that, I wanted to say thank you for being here. Wherever you are in the world, you're here right now in this energetic room. And I'm always thankful when we can be here together because I feel like something happens when you spend time together. And if you're new, we do this once a month, and the podcast also once a month on imperfect parenting. There's, that moving towards parenting that first week of the month. And if you're new, subscribe or follow, and we'll see you next time. I am attempting to do videos more often, at least until the next wave of craziness. And yeah, so I'm thinking about feeling because I think sometimes you start down a path, a particular path. And I know, one of the recent videos I was talking about how sometimes you end up taking a different path than you first expected. Yes, my voice is coming and going today. That's just how it is. I don't know why. And that's just part of it is sometimes you really have fixated a particular idea and attachment. I am the first one to do that in my life in general, where I will get an idea about something and I can be a little bit like a rabid dog about it because I have very strong attachments, and letting go of that is very difficult for me. Like my birth was one of those. It was just, it's going to be a certain way. We've got the water birth and it's going to happen like this. And of course, many other things happen, but I had peace with it. And I think it's sort of like eating. When you have peace with something, then what comes after comes more in alignment as far as your body and how it receives food. It's the same thing when it comes to your fertile path, your fertility, your decisions and how you move forward. All of that is so, okay, my fertility journey is going to look a little different than I first expected. And I know for you that there could be moments when that is challenging. So that's all of us as human beings, right? Is that, where can I let go and what is important to hold on to? So, in looking at your fertility journey today, I'm going to get to read your comments later because right now I'm standing alone, and that's okay. I know that there were times when I would be here by myself and I'd think, oh, should I just turn off the camera? Should I just go? But what if we did that with other things? What if you did that right now on your journey? Like, oh, baby's not here. I'm out of here. Sometimes you know that the silence is part of it. That's where new ideas come in. That's where you maybe get a little bit brave, or you allow the thought of something that you might not have before. So in your fertility journey, when you're thinking about, or you're feeling rather, maybe let's take a breath in case it hasn't come clear. Let's take a breath here. You know I love my breaths. So taking a deep breath in and releasing when you're ready. Exhaling, allowing whatever's sort of hanging around and helping the resistance and letting it go back down into the earth. And looking at what's there. Being curious, just curious. What's there? What's there? What's feeling? What feeling is popping up? So for me right now, there's a lightness, even though I didn't get much sleep last night because I was thinking about actually advocating for a member of our family for health. And I was thinking about, so what is here as my feeling is a feeling of that that deep practice of coming back into not just hope, but possibility. And it's interesting because sometimes, maybe a few days ago, the feeling was a little heavy. It was a lot heavier. The weather has been pretty constant with the gray, like half the day is gray in a way that I'm not used to. Like it feels like an endless winter. Whereas back in Czech in Europe, it's gorgeous. And I'm like, this is not California, right? So that's more up here. That's my frustration. But my feeling was a heaviness because this weather makes me want to sleep. So what does that have to do with your fertile path? What does that have to do with your fertility journey? Well, I'll tell you. Our feelings are signals as to what's going on, right? It's a reminder of what might be happening inside, or how the outside is affecting the inside. And there's always this opportunity to flip it, like flip it around. And that I know is up to me and it's up to you. It doesn't feel that way all the time. And I know we've had little conversations about it. Yet, a few days ago, we had a shocking moment in our family, and I felt my husband spiral down quite badly. And I felt myself start to kind of, it's like when someone's drowning and they don't mean to, but of course, whatever's closest is going to get pulled down with them. I remember that in the lifeguard school. It was like, you got to come from behind because otherwise they're going to drown you too. So you got to come from behind and then, help them. And so we had that moment. I didn't come from behind. I did it a little differently. Of course, this isn't actual drowning, but it felt a bit like that. And I think that can happen inside of partnerships. That can happen when you're on your own. And that, that's why it's so important to have that support system we talked about, to have those people that are going to come to you like I did, which was, all you have to do is move into the idea that something is possible that you can't even imagine or see right now. That's all you have to do. And if you can't get there, it's just be curious. Have that open mind of, what if I'm wrong? What if that it's not possible is not true? Just what if? That's enough. Just what if, right? That's what I offer you today, is that what if. What if it's possible? What if some of the comments that we've seen here on the channel are not true? What if some of them are? What if that little niggling feeling is leading to something? You're still meant for this. And the logic doesn't make any sense. That's what we were doing. I was saying, like, the logic, you might be like, whoa, this is a sure thing about what's going to happen here. But instead, it's going to look differently. Part of that is that he wants to see his son, and that we've got some emergencies happening here, and it seems like it's going to be impossible. And yet I still feel like it's going to happen. He's going to see his son. We're going to see our people on the other side of the ocean as well. But right now, there's a lot happening, and it feels like a no. But there's another part of me that says yes. And that's how I felt with my fertility as well. And I'm wondering today, do you feel that? Do you still feel a yes? If you're listening to this, you're watching this, I would really love for you to put in the comments, if you feel comfortable, to be as honest as possible. Really honest. Right in this moment, being absolutely true to your feeling. Does it feel possible? And if you start to have the answers coming from here, come back to your heart. Maybe even put your hand on your heart. Do you still feel like it's yes to moving forward on this fertility journey, this fertility path? And if you get a yes, and then your brain starts to kind of spin into, but, you got these tests or whatever the other information is that comes, I encourage you come back into this place where I'm holding your shoulders and I'm looking in your eyes and I'm saying, just be curious. Move into something being possible that you may not know or understand yet. That's all you have to do. And inside of that, I would even encourage you in the moments when that feels tough is just to come back to those practices that we've talked about before of what brings you joy, what gives you that feeling, whether it's something simple like putting your hands in the dirt in your pots or your garden, going for a walk, breathing the air, looking up at the clouds, whatever it might be. It's so important because if you feel meant for this, then you've got to keep going. I'm Coach Ariel Anderson, and that's our live Q&A for the day. If you have any questions, you throw them down into the comments. You can go down in the description. You know what's there. We've got some meditations and various offers. And of course, this is the opening from today until Sunday for the Women's Fertility Circle. I just so badly want you to follow what feels right for you. And if it feels like a no right now, allow that. Be in that. Allow what may come after that. Maybe a yes, maybe a pause, or maybe a no, not like this. It could be many things. All right. I wish you a beautifully imperfect day. See you soon.